Some massive breaking news coming out of the WNBA that further confirms that these players with the CBA negotiations are not playing. The players have authorized the WNBA Players Association Executive Committee to go ahead and call a strike when necessary. This decision by the players is a perfect example of how they're about business, and it's an unavoidable response to the state of the WNBA and how they're negotiating. We're staring at a potential lockout, and the WNBPA put out a statement addressing the strike today, basically saying that the players have spoken. They have made a conscious decision. They are not just fighting for bigger pay. They're fighting for more value. They're fighting for the future of this league. They're fighting for more than themselves. Just a reminder of the timelines here. The WNBA and its players have negotiated all throughout 2025, including the season. They met during the All-Star weekend, and the players reported they had a deal in place that was considered disrespectful, and then the season ended where they did not have a deal. And with no CBA deal finalized by the October 31st deadline, an extension was filed both players and the WNBA agreed on. But now here we are on December 18, and still no CBA deal has been agreed on, which all leads us right up to this moment. 93% participation across the league, and 98% of those 93% all voted yes on authorizing a strike. The WNBPA membership has overwhelmingly voted to give the executive committee the authority to call a strike when necessary. This is a clear message once again that the WNBA's players are not playing. The time is now. They believe now is the time to make change, and they're all in on it.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $60 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
If Kathy Engelbert actually said those last two lines, the one about Caitlin and the one about the players needing to be on their knees thanking their lucky stars, I don't think that there's any coming back from that. I truly don't know how, as the leader of this league, you say things like that. It just goes to show how she actually feels about her players and how she actually feels about the league. And unfortunately, this is something that we as fans have been kind of speculating over the past 2 seasons. And you guys know, go back through the catalog of my videos. We have been calling out all of these things for 2 years, and people have been calling us crazy or saying that you're a conspiracy theorist if you think that the league is totally mishandling their players and specifically mishandling Caitlin Clark. But if this is true, that Caitlin should be grateful for the money that she makes off the court, if Kathy truly feels that Caitlin should be grateful for her and grateful for the WNBA for her off-season league money, which, by the way, Caitlin had a lot of endorsement deals before she even came to the WNBA. If that is how she feels about Caitlin and it's not the reverse, not Kathy being grateful for Caitlin, that is so eye-opening.
They never meant for you to hear this. Not the fans, not the media, and definitely not Caitlin Clark. But inside the WNBA, behind locker room doors and off-camera moments, a very different conversation has been happening, and it's finally starting to leak out. Because Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the league, she disrupted it. From the moment she stepped onto a WNBA court, everything changed. Ticket sales exploded, TV ratings surged, arenas that used to sit half empty were suddenly sold out. And for the first time in years, the WNBA wasn't chasing attention, attention was chasing them. But while fans celebrated, tension quietly grew inside the league. According to multiple insiders and players speaking anonymously, veterans weren't upset about Caitlin's talent. They were upset about what she represented. One alleged locker room audio exchange reportedly captured a veteran saying, "They're acting like she's the league already." Another voice responded, "We built this. She just walked into it." And that single moment explains everything. For years, WNBA veterans fought for respect, coverage, sponsorships, and basic visibility. Many felt ignored. Many felt underpaid. Many felt invisible. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, and suddenly the cameras followed her. Sources claim frustration turned into resentment almost overnight, not because Clark asked for it, but because the league chose her as the centerpiece. One alleged practice audio clip reportedly caught a vet saying, "If the refs let her get superstar calls, we're done." And fans started noticing something strange. Caitlin was getting hit harder than usual, defended more aggressively than other rookies, knocked to the floor, and left there. No help, no words, just silence. Clark later admitted in interviews that she wasn't getting much advice from veterans during games, something that shocked longtime basketball observers. That wasn't accidental. According to insiders, some vets believed mentoring Clark would only help the league's chosen star get even bigger. One alleged audio moment from a post-game tunnel exchange reportedly said, "Let her figure it out on her own." And she did. But the pressure didn't stop. As Caitlin's popularity grew, so did the internal divide. Some veterans privately questioned whether the league was protecting her image. One alleged voice was caught saying, "They don't want her touched." Another replied, "Then why are we the villains?" That question hung heavy, because every hard foul, every stare down, every on-court confrontation involving Clark went viral, and vets felt the narrative always painted them as the problem. Insiders say this led to even more frustration. One alleged locker room audio clip reportedly included the line, "If she can't handle this, she shouldn't be here." No welcome tour, no rookie grace, just survival. And yet, Caitlin Clark never fired back publicly. She didn't name names. She didn't accuse players. She didn't play victim. Instead, she kept showing up, night after night, arena after arena, under brighter lights than most players ever experienced. And that may have made things worse. Because while some vets softened over time, others felt something slipping away. Control. The league was changing, and they weren't steering it anymore. One alleged final audio moment shared quietly among insiders reportedly said, "This isn't the WNBA we signed up for." But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. The WNBA didn't change because of Caitlin Clark. It changed when Caitlin Clark arrived. And that difference matters. She didn't take anything from veterans. The spotlight simply moved and exposed everything the league had been holding together for years. Now the tension isn't just about one player. It's about identity, legacy, and who gets to be the face of the future. So when people ask, is there really leaked audio? The real answer is this. You don't need a recording to hear the message. It's in the fouls, the silence, the body language, the cold shoulders, and the fact that despite all of it, Caitlin Clark is still standing, still shooting, still drawing crowds, still forcing the league to confront a reality it wasn't ready for. Because the real shock isn't what the vets allegedly said. The real shock is this. No one was prepared for what Caitlin Clark would expose. And the WNBA may never be the same again.